Hello students, welcome to online class of education. I am Anuradha Sharma, lecturer education, taking up your home class on education. As we all know, due to this outbreak of COVID-19, we are taking precautions and maintaining social distance from the last few weeks. So to make the judicious use of your time, we have decided to take up your course of education. As far as the contents of education is concerned, you have the total of 10 units and the total marks for education is 100. Each unit contains 10 marks. Unit 1 is curriculum. Unit 2 is co-curricular activities. Unit 3 is development of education in J&K. Unit 4 is population education. Unit 5 is educational thinkers. Unit 6 statistics in education. Unit 7 human growth and development. Unit 8 is mental health and hygiene. Unit 9 is learning. And last is Unit 10, that is adjustment and maladjustment. You have to go through all these 10 units in your class 12th. So students, today we'll take up your unit 1, that is curriculum. In this unit, the main contents and the main topics are, the first one is what is the meaning and importance of curriculum. In this unit, you will also study the definitions given by our famous educationists and experts James Ross, Cunningham, Rabindranath Tagore, Zakir Hussain, and definition given by the Secondary Education Commission. And in the third part, you will deal with the types of curriculum, that is the various types of curriculum, subject-centered curriculum, activity-centered curriculum, child-centered curriculum. And the last part of this unit is what are the defects in the existing curriculum and its reformative measures. Now, first of all, we will understand that what is curriculum. Curriculum hota kya hai? Curriculum plays very important role especially in the teaching learning process, and it is beyond doubt that no teaching is complete and perfect without a good curriculum. But मैं जब भी बच्चों को पूछती हूँ what is curriculum, तो they say ma'am syllabus. But no, that's a wrong notion. That's a very narrower concept of curriculum. Curriculum is not merely the syllabus. Curriculum is actually the heart. It is considered as the heart of the educational process. And it is not only the syllabus, it is the totality of the subject matter, all the activities that we perform in the educational institutions, all the experiences that we gain in the educational institution that a student acquires during his schooling. So thus it is the sum total of all the activities organized in a school for the complete development of the pupils. It is well said that if a teacher is a guide, curriculum is the path. So you must have the clear concept of the curriculum. Now comes the etymological meaning of curriculum. Etymological means from where it is originated. ये term curriculum आई कहाँ से? It is the literal meaning of curriculum. So regarding the origin of the curriculum, we can say that there are different views, reviews, opinions of different intellectuals, thinkers, educationists from their own point of views. But generally speaking, and the most accepted view of the curriculum is that the term curriculum has been originated or derived from the Latin word that is quere, which means to run or runway or race course. So it is a runway, it is a path on which the student runs. Thus by curriculum is meant an organized form of subject matter to achieve a particular objective. It is the soul of the educational process. In the past, it included, as I have earlier said, only the syllabus of a particular subjects to be covered in a particular period. But now in modern times, it includes all the activities and experience that go in the school formally as well as informally. Thus, curriculum is a course which a person runs to reach a goal. So if a path is good and you can reach the goal easily. So it is very important part of the educational process. Now from the previous slides, you must have understood the concept of curriculum. So traditionally or in narrow sense, curriculum included only syllabus or subjects taught in the school. But syllabus is not only curriculum. It is just one of the ingredient or the part of the curriculum. In the broadest sense, curriculum is like a mirror which reflects and projects all the actions, activities and performance of the flexible constitution in life. Means now curriculum in its broadest sense includes complete school environment involving all the courses and activities. Thus it is the sum total of all the activities organized in the school for the complete development of the pupils or students. It prepares the students for the real life situations. That's why now the curriculum is child centered, activity centered, balanced, progressive and dynamic in nature. Now comes the definitions of curriculum given by the various experts. So in your syllabus you have 5 definitions of curriculum, and the following are the definitions of curriculum which was given by different experts. They have defined it in different ways and according to their own point of views. The first view is of James S. Ross. So according to Ross, the aim of education is the development of valuable aspect of personality and individuality. So रॉस ने कहा है कि एजुकेशन का एम क्या है कि एक बच्चे की पर्सनालिटी को, उसकी इंडिविजुअलिटी को डेवलप करना. He has included cognitive, affective and cognitive activities in the curriculum. Got it? There are 3 type of activities that should be included in the curriculum. One is cognitive activities. Cognitive वो activities होती हैं which are related to knowledge. The other one are the affective activities. Affective activities are those activities which are related to our emotions, and cognitive activities are those activities which develops our skills. So cognitive activities are related to knowledge and it includes language, literature, science, geography, history and all the subjects that you study in the schools. तो जो भी subject आप school में पढ़ते हैं, that includes the cognitive activities. The second one is the affective activities, that which includes music, art, poetry. So everything that you enjoy in the school in the form of poem competition, music, art class, that all activities includes the affective activities. And the third one is the cognitive activities which develops various skills in the students, which include the activities by which they can satisfy the basic needs of food, clothes and shelter. So he very beautifully defines the curriculum. The second definition of curriculum is given by Cunningham. See how you should pronounce its name, that is Cunningham. So according to Cunningham, it is a tool in the hands of the artist, teacher, to mold his material, that is students, according to his ideals, that is aims and objectives in his studio, that is school. So he very beautifully explained that curriculum क्या है. He says that it is a tool. ये एक tool है in the hands of the artist. Artist कौन है यहाँ पर? Teacher. Teacher के हाथ में ये एक tool है to mold, to change his material. और teacher के पास material क्या है? That is the students. According to his ideals, जो वो aim लेके आया है, जो वो objectives लेके आया है, उनके accordingly he changes his students in his studio. Teacher का studio क्या है? That is the school. So he very beautifully explain that how the teacher mold his material, how he has described that curriculum is a tool in the hands of the teacher to change his students as per their objectives in the school. Next definition is given by Rabindranath Tagore and Dr. Zakir Hussain. Rabindranath Tagore was actually not satisfied with the existing curricular content. He believed that curriculum must provide fullness of experience to the young learner. So according to Rabindranath Tagore, curriculum consists of subjects, activities, occupations, and actual living and community service. So he believes that curriculum not in terms of certain subjects taught in isolation, but in terms of certain activities to be undertaken. Okay, so the next definition is given by Dr. Zakir Hussain. Dr. Zakir Hussain, as you all know, he also graces the office of the President of India. Dr. Zakir Hussain was an educationist by his own right, and he believes that education is a prime instrument of national progress and that the quality of its education involved in the quality of the nation. So according to Dr. Zakir Hussain, curriculum implies study of languages, science and technology, social science, art, craft, music and physical education. It involves courses, activities, experiences and thus complete environment of the institution. Next definition is given by the Secondary Education Commission in 1952-53. So this commission is also known as the Mudaliar Commission. So according to Secondary Education Commission, curriculum does not mean only the academic subjects traditionally taught in the school, but includes the totality of experiences that a pupil receives through the manifold activities that go on in the school, in the classroom, in the library, in the laboratory, in the playground, and in the numerous informal contacts between the teachers and the pupils. So in this sense, the whole life of the school becomes the curriculum, which can touch the life of the students at all points and helps in the evolution of a balanced personality of the students. Now after the meaning, you must know the characteristics of curriculum. Characteristics means the main features or the qualities that make curriculum that distinguish the curriculum from the other things. Now the 5 main characteristics of the curriculum are: first is totality of experience. As you already know, curriculum is the totality of experience that a pupil receives at any place. Second is the totality of activities. It means it also implies the totality of activities that are meant to promote the personality development of the child. The third one is the total school environment. That you also know that it is characterized by the total school environment, total environment of the school. Now the fourth is a means to an end. It is not an end in itself, but it is a means to an end because it is created in order to achieve the aims of education. क्योंकि ये एक तरीका है जिस पे हम चलकर aims of education को achieve कर सकते हैं. And the fifth one is dynamic in nature. So a good curriculum is dynamic, means it is changeable. A good curriculum is always dynamic in nature. It is dynamic because it has to be different for different students, different classes and different schools according to their needs. Now here we will discuss the importance of curriculum. Now what is the need and importance of curriculum. We can say that curriculum plays its important, significant, and constructive role in realizing the various aims and objectives of education. So, curriculum is the warp and woof of the whole educational process. Warp and woof means it is the underlying structure, or it is the foundation on which the whole structure of the education depends. So, the inner potential of the child can be realized only through a well designed curriculum, because the child of today is the builder of tomorrow. So the inner potential of the child should be mm, realized only through a well defined curriculum. Its need and importance can be summarized in the following points. We will discuss one by one. The first point is the development of personality. So, curriculum is important for the development of the personality of the child. It helps in the physical, intellectual, emotional, and social development of the child. An integrated curriculum makes the unique, integrate, and all-round development of the learner. Now, and the second point is preparation for the life. The curriculum should be of life, by life, for life. Means it is integrated and it should be woven with the life. In fact, all life is training. It must train the learners to face the real situations of life. Third point is development of character. Character is the crux of life. It is through suitable, democratic, secular, appropriate, and reliable, flexible curriculum, the character of the youth can be designed, chiseled, polished, and framed. Because character is the jewel that decorates our life. So the main aim of the curriculum, the main need of the curriculum is also to develop the character of the child. Fourth importance of curriculum is satisfaction of the needs. Satisfaction of the needs of the student. Now the question arises, what is the need of the students? The need of the student is, after receiving education, they want to stand on their own feet. They want to be psychologically sound. So a good curriculum helps in the satisfaction of educational, vocational, and psychological needs of the students. Fifth point is development of democratic values. As we live in a democratic country, so a good curriculum should help in developing democratic values like equality, liberty, justice, etc. among the students. Now the sixth point is development of citizenship. So a child of today should be a good citizen of tomorrow. So good curriculum helps in developing small children into useful citizens of the society, which is considered to be the major responsibility of education. Seventh one is bridges the gulf between school and society. A good curriculum takes the school nearer to the society and vice versa. Means the activities that are done in the school, that should be related to the society. It should serve the purpose of the society. And eighth is achievement of educational aims. Curriculum helps in achieving the aims of education. Now, what is the aim of education? The aim of education is all-round development of the personality of the child. So, a good curriculum helps in achieving this aim in a desirable direction, and without suitable curriculum, aims of education cannot be achieved. Thank you, students. I hope you all must have understood the meaning, definitions, characteristics, and importance of curriculum through this lecture. I have tried to provide you sufficient material as you don't have books at your place. Go through this material and try to understand and learn it. Your queries are always acceptable and appreciated. You can inbox me anytime. Stay home, stay safe.